Soundstripe.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a quick video on how to do diff lockers in the front of your Trx4. Pretty much we're just going to pop the body off and get to it. Start obviously by taking the tire off. Once you get the tire off, you're gonna look the easiest way I found to do this without totally taking the whole front axle out, just to undo the top shock there. One screw, pop it out, go down the bottom there, take your steering link off. Once you take the steering link and the shock off, the whole front axle will drop down far enough where you can get at it easier, start to work on it easier. And first we're going to take the front diff cover off. There's 4 screws behind the pumpkin there. You see me taking one off there. And there's 4 right there, one right there, and one right there. Once you pop those screws out, go ahead and just pop the cover off. Easy. And then you can see the front differential right there. And it's a good thing I'm doing this video because it is definitely time to service that. And it's a crappy little close-up here, but I'll show you that the gear doesn't move, but when you spin the tire one way, the other tire goes the opposite way, meaning that the diff is not locked. So today we're going to eliminate that. We're going to put the locker in so it's full-time 4-wheel drive. Yeah, spinning it one way, the tires on the passenger side going the opposite way. Yeah, we don't want that. But we also don't want the pain in the butt of the mini servos dying and switching it back and forth, the locking, unlocking diffs. I mean, if you like that, that's great. To each their own. But in my case, I like them locked all the time, but I also like the beauty of the 2-speed tranny. So if you have any Trx4, Bronco, Blazer, Defender, and you want the 2-speed, but you want locked diffs all the time, this is the video for you. Once you undo the top and the bottom hinge pin bolts for the portal housing, just slide it right out of the axle housing. You can leave it all intact, one piece. Slide it right out. And then just do the same thing on the other side. Top and bottom hinge pin bolts, slide the whole portal housing right out. You're going to want to undo the link from the servo as well as the steering link. And there you go, that's what it looks like. Now you're going to pop out the little clip that locks and unlocks the front diff. I show it here with the tool and it goes boing, gone. Because you're going to be removing that cable because it's no longer needed. And here we have the front diff. This is the assembled diff. As you can see, mine's cruddy. But you're going to want to remove that gear with the 4 screws off the front diff. Very easy. Once you do that, you'll open your diff from Trx4. You'll have the diff there. They give you 4 screws with Loctite on them already. So if you are going to use the old screws again, definitely use Loctite. If not, the new screws that provide Loctite. And then also they provide you with this little rubber grommet that's going to go in the axle housing where the cable went to help keep water out. And it's pretty straightforward. Unbolt the gear, bolt it onto the locker. You put the small bearing back on that side, slide it back into the housing like it came out. Make sure you clean it, grease it. You can definitely give it a good cleaning and a good greasing. Not too much grease because you don't want to cause friction, but definitely grease it and plop it back in. That's what it looks like when it's back in. And then basically you're going to reverse the process of how you took it apart. You just slide the axles back in the housing, put the hinge pin bolts back in, put the diff cover back on, and although this is a good time that if you have aftermarket brass diff covers and you want to switch them out, you can switch them out now. Or if you're going to paint your original diff covers or customize it in any way, it's a good time because everything's open and you have the room. I do have the lift kit on this Trx4, that's why the shocks are red. This is not how it looks out of the box. The same exact thing, just looks different. If you want to know about any of the upgrades that I have on here, the red C-hubs or the lift kit or anything like that, hit me up in the comments. All the aluminum parts that are up front and all that stuff, I can give you links to or tell you where. The wheel spacers are, I believe, are 12 mil spacers on a 12 mil hex. Once everything's bolted up and back together, that's pretty much it. Throw the tires on it, give it a spin. You'll see that they spin the same way. And just make sure everything is tight. You go through, you overlook anything. You don't want to get out in the trail, all of a sudden your wheel falls off or you break a housing. And then here's a little video of it running afterwards, and it's a big difference. Big difference. Right up and over, no problem. Having that locked diff is important. Have a good one, guys.